Hey, how's it going everybody? It's Tanner here, and welcome to a new Ninjago video here on the channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the second episode of Season 15, entitled The Call of the Deep. So before we get any further into this video, let me just say that yes, these episodes are out in English, at least the first two right now, so we've already put up the first review for the first episode today, and now here's the second one. Also, for another quick disclaimer, there will be spoilers up ahead, so if you haven't seen the episode just yet, might want to go watch it before you come back and watch this review. It'll still be here when you get back. Don't worry. Let's go ahead and continue this review by taking a look at a quick synopsis. How would I describe what goes on in this episode? To give you guys a quick description, the episode pretty much goes as follows. Maya trains Nia to find answers as to why she can't control her powers anymore, but Zane and Pixel might have actually found some when they almost fail a mission at sea. That's a pretty good way to describe this, I think. I mean, you do have two different storylines going on at the same time. You have the whole Maya and Nia training thing, and then you have the Zane and Pixel doing like a rescue mission out at sea, but then they actually find some type of answer. We'll get more into that as we go on here. In terms of the good and the bad, let's go ahead and discuss that really quick, and then we'll get into what I would give this episode in terms of a score out of 10. So in terms of the good, yeah, Maya's actually really cool in this episode. Absolutely love her. She is definitely going to be the best parts of this season, I can already tell. It seems like she got a huge character upgrade from Season 7 the last time we saw her. In Season 7, she really didn't have all that much time to stand out and show her own personality, but now that true personality is coming out. The true Maya is here, and she is glorious, let me just say. One of the best characters in the season, like I said so far. Easily the best part of this episode for me. In terms of some other stuff that I enjoyed, I really liked how she was actually helping Nia overcome the loss of her powers. Of course, Nia has been training as the water ninja for a lot of years now, but Maya herself has been training for longer, so I feel like she would know a little bit more. So there's a couple of moments in this episode where Nia and Maya kind of argue a little bit about, different stances or different ways to utilize your powers, but I feel like Maya would know better. So I liked seeing those interactions between Maya and Nia. I feel like we're only going to be seeing more of those as the season goes on. I also really enjoyed seeing the interactions between Kai and Ray, the opposite side of the family. I kind of enjoyed how their interactions are kind of similar but also different, if that makes sense. It's similar in the sense that they're getting to know each other a little bit more, but they're a little bit different because their interactions are focused more on fun. They play video games together, they hang out together. Kai's basically a big baby in this episode, not in a way where he's weak or cowardly. I'm saying he's a big baby because he is being treated like a big baby. His parents baby him, and Kai does enjoy that. I really thought Kai was kind of funny in this episode, especially with how, I guess, Maya treats him as opposed to how she treats Nia. I feel like it's only going to be hurting Kai, though, in the long run. I feel like Nia's definitely getting the most of what Maya's been teaching her, but I just thought that was kind of cool. Seeing this family interact together as a family, we don't get to see that very often, so I just thought that was worth mentioning and worth jotting down as something that I really enjoyed about this episode. I also really enjoyed the second part of the episode, the whole Zane and Pixel rescuing civilians thing out on the ocean. That was kind of cool. They fight like a giant octopus thing, and we also get answers as to what's been going on with Nia's powers, as the octopus has also been disrupted by this weird, I guess, wave thing, this weird call, if you will. The call of the deep kind of, is in the name of this episode, but it kind of goes out across all of Ninjago, and that is quite interesting to see. It does come from the bottom of the ocean, according to Zane, in some type of trench thing, so that'll be interesting. I can't wait to see what that's all about. I'm sure that'll be explained a little bit more in future episodes. In terms of bad stuff, I don't really have a whole lot to talk about, but talking more about the Zane and Pixel thing, I thought it was a really cool battle, don't get me wrong. My only issue is that it felt a little too familiar and kind of boring to an extent. We've seen this before. We've seen the ninja take on giant undersea monsters. This is nothing really new. The only difference this time is that now Pixel's there to fight alongside Zane, but we've seen them fight alongside each other before. Pixel has been Samurai X for several years now, so we kind of get the sense of what she's doing. I will say the tension was pretty good, but all in all, the battle itself felt kind of boring. A little too familiar? I'm not sure. Maybe it would have been a little better if the octopus wasn't an octopus, and maybe if it was a different undersea creature, but I don't know. We've seen the ninja fight giant octopi before, so I'm not too sure what I was expecting from this one. The battle is fine, don't get me wrong, like I said, but it's just kind of a little boring in my opinion, and the fact that this takes up a large chunk of the episode just kind of seems a little dry. But again, this battle does kind of lead into the, I guess, discovering, if you will, of answers, or at least the start of what the answers will be. We'll see more of that in future episodes, like I said, but yeah, the only bad part about this episode that I can find is that the Zane and Pixel battle was just kind of boring and familiar, which kind of sucks because it takes up a pretty good chunk of the episode. So a pretty good chunk of the episode is kind of boring in my opinion, so as a result I will give this episode a 7 out of 10. I think that's a fair score. I also just enjoyed a lot about this episode too in terms of like Ray and Maya. They're back and they're awesome, especially Maya. Maya is queen. So that's basically all I got to say regarding that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about this episode, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and check out the links down below in the description from other forms of social media. As always, big shout out goes out to my Patreon supporters, including once again the marvelous Jan. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Once again, my name is TannerFishies, and with that I bid you farewell.